Hello, we're going to talk a little bit about our recently enhanced import-export functionality, which we actually included as part of our recent major upgrade where we introduced multi-mode distribution, or author once distribute anywhere functionality that we call it. So you can distribute a survey to multiple modalities all at the same time. But here I am in the SurveyManager. I'm in the Reports module, and I'm going to go over to the sidebar to raw data. And I'm going to select to export a raw data file from a survey. And I just want to point out a few new features that we've added. So immediately you see that modalities is a whole new area here on the screen where you can individually select. It automatically reads what modalities, and in this case only 3 modalities apply to this particular survey, and they automatically appear here and they're checked. So they're automatically by default going to be included in the raw data when you export. And you can see down here complete surveys, incomplete surveys, and we have a total of 94. And notice if I uncheck tablet, the 94 changes to 44. So there's 50 tablet surveys in this particular data set. You can also filter by location if you wish, or export all locations. You can also select different export formats. We usually recommend CSV, but we support SPSS, Excel, delimited. Delimited and fixed width are more for legacy modalities. We've also added the ability to filter by device, which is very cool for device-based surveys. So let's say you had 5 iPads and 3 iPhones, and you only wanted to export 3 of the 5 iPads. You could just select those checkboxes next to the individual devices. So I'll uncheck that. We also have added the ability to individually select different fields or columns in your export file or in your data set to export to a data file. And you could do that here as well. So that's some of the new functionality on the export side. And you can just go ahead and export that and click, and it will open up the data file. Let's go ahead and do that. I'll show you what this looks like. So let me move this up here. So now we have added more columns. This particular survey has 18 questions, or 19 rather, and we have date, time, language, latitude, longitude. That applies for the device-based surveys, or if you're running HTML5 mobile web. Duration, the amount of times in seconds it took, device serial number, first, last name, a lot of metadata here. Email address, that applies to the online survey that was distributed by email. Survey ID, location ID, status, whether it's complete or incomplete. And then the modality, so iPad, online, iPad, etc. The few fields when you import a data file after exporting from our system, and you can import files from other systems as well, but there are a few fields we won't allow you to import, and they are system fields, and that is survey ID, location ID, device serial number, and status. Those 4, but all the other metadata you can import back in. Let's say you wanted to export a data file, clean it, import it back in, run reports. Those would be the only 4 files you wouldn't be able to import again. So let me just get rid of that. And I've got several files open here. And so here we are back. We've done our export. Now let's go and do an import. Now you have 2 ways of importing. You could go raw data import, which is really more only for our legacy systems, or question mapping import. And this is what you would use if you are working with any of our survey devices that are even more than 5 years old. You would be able to use the mapping import functionality. So we have a multi-mode test survey. We can select a location. Let's just say tablet. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and import my tablet survey, and I have one here. There, and it's asking me whether to indicate if my import file contains a header row, and it does in this case. We usually recommend you do so you can easily map the columns to the survey questions. And yes, this did come from the SurveyManager, not from another system. So I'm going to click Next. And it brings in all the 18 or 19 questions, and it automatically detects what question each row in your data set, or your CSV file in this case, applies to. And it gives you a sample response just to verify, and this is from your questionnaire. These are all your questions in your questionnaire, and this is what it's reading from your CSV column 1. And it will go through 2, 3, 4, on down, through the 19 questions, and then all the metadata, the longitude, latitude, the first name, last name, email address, etc. And then you can go ahead and import this. Data import successfully. And then you can go in and run your reports within the Create Report module. So that gives you a sense, hopefully, of some of the more feature functionality we've added to both importing capabilities and exporting within the SurveyManager. And this concludes the tutorial. Thanks for your time.